Hello, welcome to PlayStation Access. My name's Nathan. I'm here with Dave.
Hello.
Dave, we're going to make a video about Destiny 2 now.
Yes, we are.
Because you and I went to the Community Summit at Bungie last week.
Yes.
And so we got to play lots of things. We got to have lots of really interesting conversations. But what we're about to tell you about, 5 changes that you wanted to see in Destiny 2, which are coming with the Warmind update. And that is true, but it's worth kind of putting a caveat on that the Warmind has been in development for a long, long time and isn't necessarily the response to all of the problems which Bungie are well aware that they are currently having with Destiny 2 at the moment.
Yeah, Bungie were very, very forthcoming about that. They know that the game is not where they want it to be right now. They know it's not where the community want it to be right now. And they also know that Warmind DLC isn't the answer because, as you say, it's been in development for a long time and they haven't been able to be nimble enough with it to bring all the updates and changes that they would like.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
The purpose of the summit was to talk really openly, and I think everybody in the room was thrilled with how open the conversation was. A lot of Destiny streamers and a lot of Destiny just community members were there being very honest about what they liked about Destiny 2, what they didn't like about Destiny 2.
And I guess the point is that everyone is there from a position of we want this thing to be good, right? No one's going like I've given up on this. And I think that Bungie, one of the kind of core things that we want to get across in this video, because I put something up on Twitter and the response was a lot of kind of quite snarky comments, and I think that it's easy when you're looking someone in the eye and it's their game and they're working hard on it and you can see that they're working hard on it. Bungie knows that they've got a bit of a reputation now for maybe not being as forthcoming with communications as they always could have been. And as a Destiny player all the way back to Destiny 1, there's nothing more frustrating than when something's happening in the game which you want to enjoy and something is stopping you from doing it. So I think that they are aware of that and they're trying to steps in the right direction, I think. And we can all judge whether we're actually enjoying the game when the changes have been made. But for now, we'll tell you about what's coming and how they've tried to address it. And actually the first of these 5 things is called Escalation Protocol. It's a new mode, and this, having said that they couldn't really retool Warmind to address some of the problems they had, this is one thing which they have just tried to build in a few months, basically since Christmas, to address some of the bigger problems. Yeah,
and the developers, the sort of team on Warmind, told the anecdote of coming back from their Christmas holidays, reading the Curse of Osiris feedback, and Escalation Protocol was something that came about as a direct response to that, which was and so what is it? It's a new end game activity, which takes the form of a sort of public event. It's kind of a horde mode. So think waves enemies. It features a new kind of enemy, which is the Frozen Hive.
As if they didn't have enough to worry about, Dave.
I know, look at them all, chilly and rubbish. The idea of it is that it's hard. That's I think that was kind of like one of the real pillars of when they said let's make something in response to the feedback. It was like, let's make something that is hard, that is going to take people time to crack.
Not hard for the sake of it, but hard in the fact that I think that a lot of people have talked about whether it's casualification or just too much reward too quickly in Destiny 2 so far. So the idea is something which will keep you coming back for a number of weeks. And I think if people want to know as a snapshot what kind of thing we're talking about, Escalation Protocol is a bit like Court of Oryx or Archon's Forge, just as an outline. Those are the D1 modes that this is a bit like.
Definitely, and you are seeing footage of Nathan and I playing Escalation Protocol, and I think we should say now that Bungie admits we were horribly underleveled for this mode, so we only managed to get to round 2.
The most anyone did was level 3, and there was a reason that we'll go on to about why they got there. I guess I just want to set the scene. So you're on Mars. There are these kind of towers that pop out of the ground. You activate them, and then what happens, Dave?
Well, then the waves begin. So you can see on the top left of the screen, there's kind of like 4 pips. So each round, each level is made up of 4 waves. And you get 3 minutes from. And this is where we found the main difficulty in these early rounds was the time pressure. So you get 3 minutes from the start of wave 1 to get through these waves. At the beginning of wave 4, which in our experience was kind of like a mini boss, you get an extra minute. So I guess in total you're getting 4 minutes, but you, depending on how quickly you get through the first 3 waves, you might have quite a long time on this final wave, or you might have just a minute on this final wave. And we really did feel the time pressure of it. It's surprising, and I mean, it was something we got better at, which is what you would hope with playing with this kind of a mode.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that it's a public event, so the idea being that you're going to have 3 members of your fire team, and you're going to want other people to join in who are just there, and they kind of talked about whether that's the best way to do it or not, but they obviously that kind of shared world element is still an important kind of design idea for them, so that's why that they've kept it that way for now. And it is, as we went back and did it, we got better at just like, let's make sure that we try and melt through these kind of early waves as quickly as we can, but saving our super and our kind of rocket ammo or whatever for this final stage where we're going to want to do a lot of damage very quickly. In terms of rewards, I guess we should talk about the fact that there are 7 rounds in total.
Yep.
Rewards come chests at the end of rounds 3, 5, and then obviously for the boss.
Yep.
If you lose a round, you only drop back 1 round.
Yes, that is quite important. That was really important, and something I didn't realise when we were playing. So because we only got to round 2, we were going back to round 1. But if you collapse on round 6, the next time you start the event, it will be round 5.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's a positive thing.
And so the round 7 kind of boss, the boss right at the end of the entire thing, is on a rotation. There are 5 different ones which will swap in and out. 3 of them have got unique bits of loot, and the other 2 have they're on a weekly rotation, and they kind of give you a chance to drop one of the. So if you really want something and you don't want to wait another 3 weeks for it to come back up or whatever, you can grind. These 2 kind of interchangeable ones.
Yeah. So the dream is that you'd complete week 1's boss and you'd get that weapon. Week 2 boss, get that weapon. Week 3 get that weapon. But if you miss any of those weeks or any of those bosses, on the final 2 weeks, which is 2 again, these are 5 completely original bosses. Weeks 4 and 5, you've got a chance to get any one of the 3 weapons available, but you don't know what you're going to get. And these are unique weapons. They have unique perks that are only found on these weapons, and they're only going to drop in this mode, so you're not going to find these anywhere else, and they might be gone, I think, by the end of the season 3.
Season 3, yeah, that is the plan. It is well, the other thing they talked about it being a mode which is kind of part combat but also part puzzle, and I think we all are kind of familiar with Destiny's puzzling kind of mechanics at this point, where you might have to go you might have to kill a certain enemy in a certain order, or like there's some kind of territorial elements. I think that one of the examples they gave is that there's an ogre boss who spawns smaller ogres, and he's invulnerable while they are still around. So you have to kill the little guys first, and then aim at the big boss.
And it's also it's worth mentioning that to open the level 7 chest, you have kind of a key that is given to you by a vendor, I believe, and you have to charge it through the 7 levels. The reason being that obviously you don't want someone to wander across this level 7 at the end and go, these guys have just killed the boss, that's great.
I shot him once.
I shot one guy in the back, and then get to open their chest. They can take part in that level 7, but they won't be able to open the chest unless they have a charged key, which they charge by taking part in all the levels. So
Dave, the other thing we should mention is that there's a new weapon. Rasputin is kind of behind all of this. That he's kind of the story reason that it's all happening. He gives you a weapon. He pushes it out of the ground. It's called the Valkyrie. It's like a javelin, and it doesn't last very long, and I didn't hear very many people with it, but it's cool, and I want to play with it some more.
I'm sad because I didn't get to use it. So
the other thing that we should mention is that also sometimes different rounds, so like you might have done the first round and the second round, becomes a hybrid round with a public event which is also happening in that space. So we had that where the Warsat landed, and suddenly we were still doing Escalation Protocol, but it was in the form of kind of a Warset public event. So it just means that, not every set of 7 levels is going to be the same. You might get something come in and change things up, and you don't know. Who knows? Escalation Protocol. Yes. Should give you, the idea is that it extends the end game and gives you something to do for a long time. Moving along, talking about that, but on the PvP space, ranked PvP, Dave.
Yes.
Is now a thing.
It
will be a thing.
2 distinct ranks. Both for PvP, Valor and Glory.
They match up to the 2 main playlists which are on the go at the moment in Destiny, which are competitive and quick play.
And one's more forgiving than the other. I think personally I might be doing all right in Valor, which is basically for taking part. It's like an
XP rank.
It can only go up. Your rank can only go up. The more you play, the higher your rank will go.
Yes.
Glory, on the other hand, as the name suggests, I think this is the one. This is the one for people who want to be showing off, who want to be making a statement. Exactly. I'm sure there will be an emblem where you'll be able to proudly display your glory rank, and it is a rank, a number that can go up or down based on your performance. So you win in PvP, your rank goes up. You win streak in PvP, your rank goes up more.
Up to 5, right? And then
up to 5, then it resets. If you lose in PvP, your rank goes down, and if you lose streak, it goes down further. So it's a proper moving playing field.
It is, yeah. It reminds me, I think I mentioned to you before, this reminds me of playing older Bungie games.
Yes.
A long time ago. And I'm excited about it. Also, it can be a bit daunting when things start to get competitive, can't it? So that'd be interesting as well. Unique rewards.
Yes, there are.
And like you said, the streak system's interesting because it's one way of them managing the kind of player population, because they want people who are winning 5 games in a row, who are clearly very good, to be kind of rocketed away from people who, like probably me and you, who might be like winning, losing, winning, losing, winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Much more mixed, regular kind of guys. So they want it to be fun for everybody, and part of the way to do that is to make sure that we aren't just getting smashed. They want to, separate the skill levels there as quickly as they can, which is one way of doing that.
And again, there are unique weapons that will drop based on your glory
Claymore
rank. Redrick's Claymore, which everyone was very excited about, which is only available that way. That's the only way you're going to get it, is by having a high enough glory rank, which would be bad news for some of us, but that's
us.
Yes, sorry, for both of us.
Thank you.
But that's the way, that's really the way it should be, I think.
Yeah, some stuff's hard to get. Yeah. Number 3, then, private matches. They're just happening. I think they've already said they're happening.
Does what it says on the tin.
They're on the way. Number 4, exotic masterworks.
Yeah, no, this is a cool thing, isn't it? A masterworks, not a new thing.
No, legendary masterworks. So basically came around with Osiris, and the idea is that if you haven't played that they are just kind of little embellishments which make your legendary weapons. So there are masterwork versions of legendary weapons, and they put on a perk which makes it better.
Yeah, they're officially sort of like a tier between legendary and exotic, aren't they? It's a legendary masterwork. Well, now they're coming for exotics.
Yeah.
So as you can imagine, completing an exotic masterwork will make your exotic better in some way, and cool ways, in fact. And we heard a couple of examples.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think so. Vigilance Wing. They announced would be fully auto. At least that's their current thinking.
That got a lot of noise in the room about that.
And Crimson will have like a big range increase up to 100 range. So suddenly you're using a hand cannon in a completely different way to maybe other hand cannons in the current meta. So the idea being that, one of the interesting things, a lot of people talked about adventures and just kind of wanting to bring back kind of mystery to the Destiny world in general, and I think that the way that they're distributing Masterworks is one way they're trying to do that, right?
Yeah, to be honest, it sounded really cool, I thought, and it's that a Masterwork will basically drop in the world. It will be a thing that drops in the world, but only upon completing a feat of which you won't be aware.
Doing something.
And you will only get the Masterwork if you have the exotic.
Yeah.
And it's not the same. It's the same for every exotic. So as in, if you have Vigilance Wing, the feat you have to achieve will be the same for everybody, but you don't know what that is.
It'll basically be quite hard to work out what it is. So it's going to be like a community kind of heads together kind of a thing. There's going to be people going like, I think maybe I've worked out what it is.
I did this, I'm not sure if it was this. And so there's going to be, I think that's great. When you think that every exotic's going to have one, that means that it's going to have all these different feats, and we're going to have to figure out exactly which feat you did to make the Masterwork drop. And then that's not the end of the story. Then you don't just get the Masterwork, you have to earn it by doing other things. It's going to be a long tail, right? A long tail, but for a very nice gun.
They're going to be rare as well. So the idea being that, I think they said it would, like, most players can expect to have one. Yeah, but maybe not more than that. And the idea is that it's going to be very, very special.
Yeah, and that is, thinking back to the very first kind of reveal of Destiny 1, like that was one of the key things they were talking about, is you want to get a gun and you want to be able to show it off to people and say, like, this is my gun, it's really cool, and have people go, that is really cool. And this is a way, I think, of differentiating exotics, making those people who've put the work in and had a bit of luck.
Everyone just being shot by the multi-tool, you know what
exactly.
I mean? Like everyone using the same gun. Number 5, Dave, just vault space increase.
increasing that vault space, maybe more exciting again for people who haven't filled their vault like me.
Right.
Is that you can dismantle stuff from the vault and from the postmaster.
And we were talking about this, like, can you imagine the real world situation is you just leaning over the counter with a hammer and just smack? I don't want this. I don't want it.
It's fun, isn't it? What's funny is that the postmaster is just trying to help. Yeah. Hey, you forgot this. You forgot this blue engram.
I don't want it.
Just smash it. I hate it.
Look, so that's our look at 5 changes coming with Warmind that you were keen to see. We will have more. We did get to play another mode, Dave, which is coming further down the line at the end of the year with a big kind of Destiny 2 update. And it was unlike anything else. I mean, I think it's fair enough to say that we played PvP and escalation for Warmind, and it just felt like Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Addressing some things, with the end game, but this new mode, which we can't name or discuss, really felt really completely new.
Yeah, it did. It was. I very much enjoyed playing it, and I'm looking forward to a time that we can talk about it. But I think, like you said, the most important, sort of biggest takeaway from it was it did feel very new. Like you say, everything else we played was Destiny 2, which had been adjusted and changed and tweaked. This was like, here's a whole new thing you're going to want to do, and I do want to do it, but we can't talk about that now. But hopefully in the next couple of months we are going to be able to talk about that.
A gaming event somewhere maybe. So that'll be fun. And it's also just kind of, I'm sure that you guys, if you're watching this, have seen kind of videos from other people who've been at the community summit. And it would be whether or not, like I've said, whether or not we end up playing a game and think we love Destiny again, or that it answers all of the questions. I think at the very least, everybody involved with it, the people who are playing it and the people who are making the game, all they want is to make the game good, and I think that lowering barriers and trying to get everybody to see that that's what's happening can only be a good thing.
Definitely. I thought it was great.
I'd love to have a Destiny back that I really enjoy. That would be great. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do like this video if you enjoyed it. Stay tuned to PlayStation Access. We've got loads more coming up.